nationwide lockdown will be enacted in terms of the Disaster Management Act and will entail the following. From midnight on Thursday, 26th March, until midnight Thursday, the 16th of April, all South Africans will have to stay at home.
Postponed tours, postponed concerts. Our pockets are long, our hands are short. Omunye umqondo ujike eduze. Ngesikhathi kithi inkemane ihamba ibanga elide. Ungabona sithukuthele. Indlala ibanga ulaka. Asimi. I will fight. You will fight. We will fight. No one will capitalize in our division. Asibambisane. Talk to me. Khuluma. Your voice is vital.
Kubuhlungu ukuthi ubone isimo ongakwazi ukusiza ngaso ngoba sekwenzekile.
Ngibuka ukuthi uhulumeni wethu indlela distribute ngayo ama-funds ma ethi ufuna ukusiza abantu engathi inonyawo lemfene phakathi.
I had plans to promote the album, which I had to put on hold because it can't receive value.
So ovula ama-event it's also going to assist to government ekutheni sonke singabheki kuleli khekhe elincane eselimvu to government that is giving us.
And then when I get to the house, there was nothing in the house, nothing to eat. I'm thinking of these 21 days when it's going to end.
You just need to be strong for yourself. I had no choice but to be strong. South Africa made me the person that I am today, which is a strong woman.
Bathi ngiyonile ingane kaManxuma Sengizwile bekhuluma ngegama lami bathi ngiyonile ingane kaManxuma Ingidla amaqala
Igama uSabelo Ngema. I'm from KwaHlabisa esigodini saseNhlwathi kodwa I'm based in Durban like KZN. I'm a member of a multi-award winning Afropop trio called Afro Soul and also a co-founder of Ikabao Entertainment, which is a mother body to Ikabao Performing Arts Academy.
Hello, my name is Ngobile Mlaba and I am from Etopo and I'm currently staying at Ispingo. I am part of Ikabao Arts Academy as a dance teacher.
My name is Phumelele Ndlovu. I am from Umlazi KwaZet and I'm 19 years of age.
Igama lami nguThobeka ngwakaNdwandwe eSibongo. I'm 23 years of age, originally ngwaseMtuba, but I grew up in Imandeni. So I moved to Durban a few years ago, 2017, to study.
Hi, my name is Linda Mtiane and I am a student here at Ikabao Performing Arts Academy. I am 19 years old.
Ikabao Performing Arts Academy is based like eThekwini in this area, Albert Park. Sisebenza music, dance, acting, and art administration, so that our students baphuma be clear ukuthi future isetshenzwa kanjani within the entertainment industry.
And I had to do what my parents wanted me to do, so I did aviation school. I graduated the following year and then told my parents ukuthi normally what I really would like to do is ngayithanda drum. I like music. I like acting, I like dance, you know. So abazali bami would always be like, but it's overrated, you know. You are not guaranteed you're going to be there for a long time. you have to be great in order for you to uhlale lapho for a long time.
My expectations here at Igabao Performing Arts Academy, I'm expecting to have a beautiful or a large profile when it comes to being an artist. Since I did not know how to dance, I did not know how to sing, but I'm still learning. But my major is acting. Our hearts grow fonder. I had never laughed like that. I had never been loved like that. I would pinch myself as I could not believe you are a blessing from the Lord in whom I believe. But now, I have turned into a punchbag, even though I'm not a scumbag. Will I ever be loved back? In you, I saw a calm man. In you, I saw a husband. I envisaged us becoming blissful parents, but the cracks in our affair turned you into a devil. You either changed or unveiled your true colors. Nonetheless, I remained a good lover.
So
I'm looking forward to getting, those agencies that will give me those roles where I can show off my talents.
I learned how to dance. I was not really able to use my legs in a good way, and also my hands, but now I think I am improving. And also, I had a problem when it comes to drama. I was not able to articulate properly, which means people were not really hearing what I was saying. And therefore, I've improved when it comes to my articulation. And when it comes to music, I'm able now to sustain long notes. I can sing beautifully.
Children's stories, hundreds and hundreds of stories about wishes, and none of them are about second wishes. Phakamani isizwe sakithi. Vukani isizwe sakithi.
COVID-19, it's really affected me as an artist. Okay, first of all, as a student here at Igabao, because when I first heard about the pandemic, I thought it was something, something light, something that will pass, because there were so many rumors, going on. So I was like, no, it's fine. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna go back to school. But then it took forever. It took so long, But it affected me because I didn't do gym because I need to be every morning. So it was very hard for me to, exercise on my own and all of that. Dance moves, I forgot the dance moves that we used to do here at school.
So indlela COVID is affecting it taught us discipline. For the fact that I'm able to do night shift, ngibuye ngiphume ekuseni ngize esikoleni ngizofunda till 4 o'clock in the afternoon before ngiyazi ukuthi ngiphumule ngivuye futhi ebusuku ngiyemsebenzini. So i-COVID isifundisile discipline.
Last year iclass lambe kahle kakhulu bagraduate abantwana bethu. We had ama-trips nama-programs that we do ngaphakathi la ekhaya. Every year we take a trip to Johannesburg and do a tour in Johannesburg, go to our theaters, to our production houses, the likes of For Generations, Umbango, Namema Productions, go to Joburg Theatre, CS Soweto, just to give our students the background about how we Soweto and how Mundo Mnyama struggled to be free today. So that is one of the programs. And then also, our students at the end of the year, they do what we call a community project, where each and every student must go back home la babuya khona benza ama programs abo, so we can see ukuthi bafundile ba understand ukuthi being an artist means you are self-employed, so you must create your own work. Yeah, then kube kubi kakhulu ukuthi kwafika COVID-19. Ngalokho we had to shift isikhathi sethu sesizoqeda next year April instead of finishing this year June. But we had to talk to our parents nama students sethu sazwana ukuthi iyashifta manje yonke into, like
Stand by. Hassan.
Sanibona Mzansi, my name is Gabriel Youngster. Right now you are watching Talk to Me Khuluma campaign. As I said, my name is Gabriel Youngster, all the way from Omash, Sinqawini. I'm a dancer, choreographer, teacher, music producer, DJ, founder of Youngster Production. They say the multi-talented artist.
Selena Africa is an artist. She's a composer, she's a writer, she's a vocalist. She is revolving around the genres of jazz, pop jazz, Afro pop, but basically I'm flexible and I am from Durban.
Sanibona in South Africa, sanibona the world, Afro Soul lenokhulumayo, Sabelo Ngema, who is a member of this amazing, beautiful, mighty trio, specialized kumculo we Afro pop with a touch of soul and with the salt of umbaqanga. We are all from KwaZulu-Natal. This is our album 04. Out of the 4 albums, we've got 3 awards. We've got a Metro FM award for the best Afro pop album. We've got a SAMA nomination for the best Afro pop album. We've got 2 SATMAs, 2010 and 2013. And now we are working on our EP, which is going to be released end of Lenyanga Yamakuku, September. We've done everything that you can expect from our artists. We've toured internationally and locally. We've done big festivals, the likes of the Essence Festival in New Orleans, in America. That is Afro Soul for you.
Igama lami ngumlungisi ngokomnguni officially. Umlungisi Duncan owumlingisi. Yeah. Director futhi mentor kubantu abaningi. Ngaqala ngo-2006 ngenza i-community theatre. Sasuka lapho sacabanga ukuthi asenze i-comedy, sahlangana nabanye abafowethu. I-comedy edume ngomuzwe inkinga sayenza ngo-2007, 8, 9, 10.
Exin is Xolani Mzobe from Enanda, Newtown C. And then my stage name is Exin Music, which is spelled XCEEN Music. And then my brother is Mo, and my English name starts with a C. Then my mom's name is Don Bentley. That's how I came up with the name XC and then N from Don Bentley. So Exin Music is an artist, a vocalist, an aspiring producer. I sing Afro pop or Afro R&B.
My name is Xola Mziwake. I am a writer, director, theatre performer, basically a theatre practitioner under the mentorship of the Tewini living legend Babu Edmund Mhlongo.
Nqobile is a 22-year-old musician from KwaMashu, a 22-year-old author, a 22-year-old songwriter, and I'm also in my journey of becoming a motivational speaker. Being a motivational speaker needs you to be sort of, you need to be able to speak to people. And so I'm just working a bit on that before I give myself that title.
My name is Joy Mbewana. I come from a federation called Cultural and Creative Industry Federation of South Africa, which is an umbrella body of organizations or sectors in the creative industry. It also works as a regulator and it governs the whole creative industry and all the different sectors. Mina as Joy, I am an actress, I am a singer, I'm a writer, I'm a director. I do development in arts and I'm an art activist. I've been a unionist for the Cultural Workers Union of South Africa, which is an affiliate of COSATU. So I've been at the forefront of dealing with the labor issues when it comes to the creative industries. USIFSA, if I can just give a short background of SIFSA. SIFSA is a federation after the then president Ubaba Jacob Zuma invited artists in Sentin. It was 2005. So when the president invited creatives to find a common ground and understand why artists are dying as paupers, why artists are complaining, and as government, they were inviting us to find solution and communicate with us as an industry on how we can best advance the lives of creatives. Unfortunately, when we were there, Wonkumuntu, as you know, when you invite in an artist in one room, they will always lament, I don't get gigs, this radio station doesn't play my music, etc., etc. So our issues were very scattered. Wonkumuntu was Kolumela as an individual. Then the president gave a challenge to us to go and organize yourself, creative industry, because the government talks to organize formation. And in 2015, that's when there was an inauguration of CIFSA in Mangaung. There was leadership, the previous leadership was about Tony Khoroja or Papa Payne, and then I got elected last year in the month of August by 9 provinces who were in a conference at Mpumalanga, the creative conference, the second biggest conference of the creatives, where the consultations were done from districts to province and to all the provinces that were there, and districts were well represented. So I got elected as the first female president of the federation.
Hi guys, Gamalame Tandeka, Ntombi yaKwaZulu. AfroSoul was created back in 2000 and Bongeni Academy. At that time I was at school, and that's when AfroSoul was formed. And then the first album that AfroSoul released, it was released in the year 2008. That was called Africa. The lady, owayekhona as a lead vocalist, was Uthandeka Mkhize uMakambane the late. And then when she passed away, I was a backing vocalist and a dancer, so I joined the group to be a lead vocalist at the time.
How was the experience on Idols? Well, obviously the first time I didn't, work much hard to be able to give myself the chance to be a part of Idols. I don't want to say I wasn't given the chance. I was given the chance and I blew it up by, doubting myself and changing the songs and what, which is what led me into the fainting incident. But going back on Idols 2019, which was last year, it was just an amazing experience. As much as I told myself that I'm only going back there to get my dignity, to clear my name, to say, oh, you know what, South Africa, I can actually sing. But when I went as far as top 10, not even top 10, top 16, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing this. And then I went up to top 10, and then it was top 8. And so, yeah, the journey just kept unfolding right in front of my eyes, and it was just amazing. So what inspired me to write is that I discovered that I am a rescue boat for many. I'm a rescue boat for my family. I'm a rescue boat for my close relatives. I'm a rescue boat for South African kids that look up to me. Jomangiti, I'm a rescue boat. It means I need to tell my story, which is releasing the pain, letting go of the pain. And then from there, I'm going to be able to rescue everybody. Because rescue boats, I feel, is a rescue. Now, finally, tool. So that is why I had to write a story and let go of the pain. How the fainting incident affected me. It affected me quite a lot because, first of all, I was young. I was very young. I was 18. And second of all, I had always been doubting myself. I've always had this thing of doubting myself. I'm just one person that never believed in, themselves. And so I struggled a lot with self-esteem, things like that. Even in school, I never, from silly things, not just music, from silly things, like even, people tell you, oh, you're pretty. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty, but I don't believe it, I'd be like, okay, thank you. But deep down, I know I'm like, me? Pretty. So when I went on Idols, I had always been doubting myself. When my brother told me that I can sing, I'm like, what does he even know about music? I can't sing, So when I went on Idols and that happened, it kind of really broke me to see South Africa reacting the way they did towards it. And when you're walking into a mall, people laughing and pointing, you just need to be strong for yourself. I had no choice but to be strong. South Africa made me the person that I am today, which is a strong woman. People think, she was just born a strong woman. No, I had no choice but to be strong for myself. So I had to manage. There was absolutely no way for me to survive life. I was even having suicidal thoughts, but I'm like, okay, I can't do this to myself. I need to get back up. And the only way from like the very first step of healing from that was speaking about it. And speaking about it, that is telling my parents how this thing is affecting me mentally, emotionally, you know, and physically. I'd been losing weight. I'm like, oh, I'm losing weight. And my family also went through a rough patch because I've always had this thing in which I'm trying to be strong for my family, you know, and so I don't want to tell them how this thing is affecting me. So when my family, like my sister would come to me and be like, Ingane ziyangihleka esikoleni ukuthi hawusisi wakho is embarrassing herself on TV, and then I would just laugh about it and be like, but it's what happened, you know. I was trying by all means to cover it up and make it seem as if I'm strong, but immediately after saying that to her, I'd go back in my bed and I'd just cover myself in my blanket and just sob and literally cry. Because I told myself how to be strong for others. It's something ekhona encwadini njengoba incwadi ibizwa ngokuthi The Queen of Comebacks. That is the beautiful title that South Africa gave to me after titling me Makulega. Then from there it shifted to The Queen of Comebacks. So you can just see the emotional roller coaster that I went through, you know. And I'm not mad at anybody for laughing. They are the ones that propelled me to do better and become the person I am today. So thank you to everybody that laughed, actually. So I think the part that would heal people is them reading about my miscarriage. I'm only saying this today for the very first time on camera and in an interview, because now my dad has read the book and I was able to apologize to him. Therefore, I'm able to speak about it even in interviews. People think that what happened to me on Idols is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. They don't know that I went to a hospital and I was literally watching my baby. Like, I saw 2 tiny feet coming out and I had to deal with all of that, and I was just 19 years old. So I think, and them reading about how I got through all of that, I think is going to help quite a lot.
COVID-19, when it started, we were exhausted coming from Cape Town, exhausted economically, because I had to produce my own show and spend the whole money that I had. I had no job by then. But be freelance. So in 74 days, it shut down, knockout. We were going to lockdown. And then we were told, no work, no pay. That is our sector, creative arts industry. If you don't work, you don't get paid. So I only worked 4 days. So I learning as a because originally I'm from Eastern Cape. So I'm here to do my work. And then when I get to the house, there was nothing in the house, nothing to eat. I'm thinking of these 21 days when it's going to end. I have to pay rent because it was 26, I think, the days of where they locked down. And in Mokpelinyang, I have to pay rent. And there was nothing to eat, nothing to support my family. I remember the day Ngalala Nyakala.
Okay, it was relatively the beginning of the year. I had gigs lined up. Some of them were not paying, but I had just this one that was paying from Ink Arts Festival, and I was excited about it, but it ended up being cancelled due to the restrictions of the COVID-19, and I was upset. I was, hopeless.
Ahlukumeze kakhulu ama-plan e-Afro Soul ngenxa ye-COVID-19 ne-lockdown. Sasanda nje qedela ukurekhoda the first 2 songs esiqeda kubuya eGoli ngomhla ka-26 February. How immediately saqala sezokuthiwa sekuzoba ne-lockdown. March sa-release our single from that EP, Wangishiyelana. awu imi akwamane kwa-announce. So ama-plans onke okwenza the music video, the promotions, sasesibukhene indawo lasihambela khona around to promote the music. So we could not do that. But we did not sit at home. We did a virtual concert here to just to give abantu bethu into abayifuna, because they were asking how can we see you guys, because the song was pumping on radio everywhere, so they wanted to hear to see us perform. Mala nokuthi ama bookings onke ayekhona, they fell apart. Cancela, you know, abanye they will give you deposit, mabese bekubukile, abanye they will say nama ngisasebenzi. Futhi now you have to understand people umuntu engasasebenzi akasezukushada. So why would you want to charge them? But yeah, was anyway. But we did not stop. We continued online to keep the ball rolling.
I had plans to promote the album, which I had to put on hold because i-country besivaliwe. So affecting ngaleyo ndlela ngokuthi angikwazanga ukuphusha i-album ngendlela bengifuna ukuyiphusha ngayo. I wanted to promote ingoma yami ngiyamthanda lona, which featured ama-artist amakhulu, Operator Duncan, which I thought would do a lot for my brand and the music one, but local bank senzek. But on a positive note, I had time to slow down and then decided to buy studio equipment and started producing for myself. So in a way, it brought growth kumina as an artist as well.
I-COVID-19 yafika yasilimaza kakhulu ngoba besiney'nhlelo ey'ningi kakhulu kulo nyaka, ikakhulukazi nje kulo nyaka kuyiwa nge-Grahamstown la sijwayele ukuya khona siyohlangana khona njengamaciko bese udlalwa-ke umuntu ashowcase khona ithalente lakhe. During isikhathi lesi so 21 days kwi-lockdown ngalahlekelwa omunye umfana obesejoyine icommittee wakade suka khona eklasini la wacommit i-suicide. Abantu abaningi bebezibuza ukuthi hawu ubani ehlekisa kangakwenza kanjani umuntu osomahlaya athi uyibulele. Kukhona inento esingazazi ngomuntu ukuthi umuntu uyini mayebhekene nesimo esithile engqondweni yakhe kuqine kangakanani, ngoba okwamfikela ngalesi sikhathi akazi ukufikela wena ngalesi njengoba kwamfikela yena. Wayehlele endlini engenayo into azoyidla, kuphelile ukuphanda ngoba umuntu uphande workshop athola amanqushana ahambe othenga ukudla, ivaliwe workshop. Unengane umuntu akazosapotha ngani ingane, akazi uzodlala, wayibona ukuthi useless, akanabazali, akanalutho, ubuye nje. So kwangiphazamisa kakhulu nami emoyeni ngesimanga sokuthi-ke ubuhlungu ukuthi ubone isimo ongekwazi ukusiza ngaso ngoba sekwenzekile. Asikho isimo esibuhlungu njengaleso ukuthi ukubushile bengizomsiza.
When COVID started, myself and the SG and other organizations, we met with the minister before even the lockdown and pronouncement. We engaged the department on the issues of free relief, on the issue of making government understand how much is it going to affect us as the creative industry, because we have managed after our engagement arts and culture was announced the 150 million that was allocated for both sports and arts and culture. And we were also part of the adjudication processes because we wanted to monitor that the money goes to the right people. Unfortunately, due to a lockdown, a number of our creatives didn't comply, and we had to go back to the minister again and say, look, it's due to geographics to some of us couldn't access the internet cafe at that time because everything was shut down. Some could not have tax clearance, which is important for government to account. There were a number of artists that did not have, as I was part of the adjudication that was appointed at a national level. So after we have discovered that, as CIFSA, we sat down to Minister and said, Minister, let's find a way of relaxing the criteria so that we ensure that it reaches the right people. And you had to go to Bebetaman to know it's going to the white people, etc., etc. It was not the case. It was an issue of compliance. Then after that, the processes we engage as adjudicators this time because we were not comfortable. Like, you know, for me it was said in a way that at some stage I wanted to resign from the adjudication because I felt that I know people who need this money. I'm not going to get this money because abanazo lezindingakalayo. But it resulted to us requesting that there should be the appeals committee that is going to look at those that have not been recommended. And then as CIFSA as well, we took all those that were rejected and we sawafaka to the relevant organizations to find a way of us assisting those individuals. And then right now we are talking about the second wave. We also plead to government and said, okay, we know that in the amount that was allocated, there is some money that is left. Can we find a way of opening again and have a second wave? It was very easy for sports because sports is well organized than the creative industry, which is one of the challenges that we have, which is also our role as CIFSA to try and organize the industry because with sports, you knew if you want to talk to somebody who's an athlete, you go to Athletics South Africa. For soccer, you go to SAFA, etc., etc. So it became a little bit difficult to work with the creatives. Hence, when we engaged Minister for the second wave, we came up with a new strategy of saying, let's work on looking at individuals in the creative industry, freelancers. Let's make sure that it's open more than it be for companies, etc., etc.
In the year of 2020, I was saying to myself, wow, this year is a big year and I'm going to be like rich.
How did art and culture help me in this situation? I actually heard about the relief fund. In fact, the director of Ingas Festival forwarded the thing to me and then I started applying, you know, not knowing that they were actually gonna consider me or consider paying me. But they actually did pay me and I was excited. It was actually like, you know, when it was dark and then there's this light just shining. I wasn't expecting it. That they paid me and it really brought back hope to me, to my life and my art as a whole. And out of all this situation that was so bad of COVID-19, you know, I'm really thankful to Minister Nathi Mthethwa because I appealed when I didn't get paid and I saw all the artists were getting paid. I appealed to Minister Nathi Mthethwa. I tagged him and he took me serious. There were others who were sending me emails like twice or 3 times, keep on asking me to forward my details, and then after 2 months of that appeal, I got paid. So I'm really thankful to Art and Culture and the Minister of Art and Culture. Peace.
Okay, so mina ngile artist elisebenzayo. So I didn't apply. I felt khona ama artist I think more than I do mina because I still had my salary coming in every month. So I didn't need it, or I don't need it, so that's why I apply.
Ulmeni mayelana nalesimo se-COVID-19 bazamile masizwa bengakashayisani ke nathi imizamo yabo besingaka benefit thina Ngizokwenza nje umfanekiso ngithe mangenza some research ngifunda ezinye incwadi ngathola ukuthi lapha eGerman uhulumeni wakhona unikezele usizo kosomabhizinisi namaciko wonke amabhizinisi ngo-70% of GDP ye country, which I'm not sure South Africa yenze njani, but they made sure ukuthi business at least stop at all. They were giving out serious monies. We know ukuthi nathi kunemali imboleko e500 billion. So it amazes us ukuthi kunama South Africans amaningi nanamhlanje asalwela ukuthi awatholi ngisho utiki waleyo mali. So ngibuka ukuthi uhulumeni wethu indlela distribute ngayo ama funds ma ethi ufuna ukusiza abantu engathi inonyawo lemfene phakathi konke efuna ukushanelwa lapho beclean uze kwenza abantu bayithola abayithenjisiwe. South Africa is failing us in terms of regulate some of the things abayibeka for umphakathi. Hence ukuhlangahlangene kanje singekho. Hence athi kunevula president ngaba zange sawovala freeway if into yethu yayifikile kithi ngesikhathi.
Is, I mean, if I can just touch base on the protest, there was no need for artists to be treated that way. Artists are not animals.
I'm one of the people that are very close lalela ukuthi ba respond abathini amaphoyisa bathi sicela mhlambe umkhandlu noma olead umkhandlu azozo ikhalo zethu, but isendaweni wrong baqala badukula. So
abanye bakhishwa from their own cars sebephuma sebehamba.
Ukuboshwa kuWest ngoba akekho noyedwa wayephethe ngishinduku. It brings a smile, but even though it brings tears at the same time, ngamane ngabona u1976 ngeke ngikhulume ngezikhalo bazazi ama-artist abona abantu baviolate ukuthi kube nama-rubber bullets adujulwayo kube nesmoke esafuqwa ngaso abantu balinyazwe belaswa phansi. That was very wrong of amaphoyisa.
And my understanding is that you will tell people, at least I'll give you 10 minutes to disperse, or should you not do that, this is what I will do. But it did not happen. They were treated like thugs. They were even called kafirs. So there's a lot that happened there, and that is an eye-opener to the whole country. So tomorrow we are going there to support our colleagues that have been arrested.
Sanibonani mabuya emakhaya igama lami DJ Happy Girl. Today we are in Pinetown High Court. Sizoseka ozakwethu laba 32 ababanjwa #Vula President khathi siku N3. So namhlanje sila sonke samaciko ngoba kwenzeka kubona kwenzeke nakuthina simdibi munye sisonke sizobaseka kuyoze kuphele kube ukuthi batholakale bengenacala.
Sithi upresident akavule 70% of events, 70% play. Ngoba if upresident engavuli, we cannot feed our families. We as management of the artists cannot feed our families, though the artists cannot feed their own families. Every single industry is open, every industry, but the entertainment industry. Next year we are going to elections. They're going to come to us and they will want a voice for free because even then they don't pay us, but we volunteer because it's our government. But now we've had enough. We are saying President akavule manje. Even in the malls right now, if you can go to Gateway Mall or even this mall here in Pinetown, the malls are full. Every mall is full. But he's saying that we must have events for 50 people. How much will you make if you have 50 people at 100 rand? How much is that? You gotta pay bouncers, cleaners, the cooks. You gotta pay sound, the DJs. How much will we make with 50 people? Tina City, President akavule nje 70% of our industry and we'll be happy. Ngoba kwamanje we are not happy. And our government ilalisa ama-artists jail. Government yethu. Right now we have a pandemic like South Africa nge-GBV. Akwenziwa lutho ngayo. But ama-artists meyikhulumela wona ethalambili ufuna ukuvula i-industry ayathiya geswa ashaya ngama-rubber bullets alaliswe emajele. Right now ama-artists azo-attenda la igebengu are running free. President is akavula upresident. cartel. Enough is enough.
The problem esinayo is because with all these movements are not run by our artists. They are run by abantu who don't understand the music culture. So as artists, I want, if we can organize ourselves, if ningabheka ibhola kunesafa, angithi. If ungabheka athletics, they've got athletics organization. So this thing, what's teaching us is that we need to have our own music federation. Or else, singabe senza whatever, but if we are not organized, no one is going to listen to us. And mina ngiyabonga bafowethu umsebenzini owenzile is going to go a long way. And nalaba bafowethu who went on jail, siyabonga ukuthi they were bailed out, and siyabonga kakhulu uNkulunkulu abe nani isikhathi sonke.
We are each other's harvest. We are each other's business. We are each other's magnitude and bond. Kulezi zikhathi ezinzima, asibambane ngezandla. Izodlula lento. Our lives will get back to normal soon. Talk to me. Khuluma. Your voice is vital. Talk to me. Khuluma. Your voice is vital.